Hi everybody, this video is on learning to listen to the whisper of intuition that you get when you're making a decision. There are two big pieces of advice for this exercise. One is that it's best to listen to your inner self in the morning before you're all stressed out from the day. The other is that knowing your own emotions and feeling for your emotion is usually where the answer comes. However, there are some things that you can do to make it stronger. One thing that I have done is I have asked Source to show me an answer in a dream. So the day before or a few days before, when you go to sleep, ask for an answer and imagine the answer being given to you, and imagine waking up knowing whatever it is that you want to know. And again, like any other exercise, start with smaller, easier things, and they will come easier and you will build up this skill easier. Like for instance, you may have lost a photo, or you may have lost something, or you may want to know where to find something that you can't usually find. Start with things that are easy because that's how you build up this skill. Things that are big and heavy and that you've wanted for years, you have a lot of beliefs blocking the reception of those things, and it will be harder to build up this skill if you start with those. So dreaming, back to dreaming. Using dreaming is a really good time because when you fall asleep, you are in connection with Source. And that's the most pure time you're in connection with Source because you're not filled up with all the thoughts of the day. So that is a very good time beforehand to ask for help. And then if you dream, you may remember it, but also you may not remember it, and you may dream anyway. And you may get lots of good advice in the dream. And when you wake up, when you're fresh to the day, you may have an emotional feeling about whatever you're asking about that's come from the dream, even if you don't remember the dream. So anytime I have a big decision to make, it's always in the morning, right when I open my eyes. I ask myself, how do I feel about this? That's a good time to listen to that whisper. And again, don't expect someone on a megaphone to be shouting the answer at you. It's a feeling that you're going to get. And when you get that feeling, you're going to practice. In other words, you're going to try out that. And if it works out for you, you know that that feeling was real intuition. If it's not, you know that it wasn't real intuition, it was something else. So you have to practice to learn what is that, what is intuition versus what is your fears, or what are other momentary emotions that come to you about that topic, which are different from a deeper emotion that comes to you through Source and through intuition. The other thing about this is when you hear about the idea first, try to become connected with the first thing you feel about that. So for instance, someone asks you to go on a trip. What's your first emotion, like instantly, that you feel when they suggest this trip to you? Is it positive or is it negative? Because that happens before you start thinking about the trip and thinking about things like, if I say no, how will they feel, blah, 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 blah. So start being aware of your feelings as soon as a new idea comes up to you or a new opportunity comes up to you. Those are two different times when your intuition is strongest, and you will hear the guidance the loudest. Thanks all for being here.